Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to Let's Play Nier Automata. We're starting today in Pascal's village so I can get one small thing taken care of real quick, which is investing in the scientist machine's research. We have to invest an enormous amount of money to fully complete his side quest. But for our purposes, 40k will be enough for now. I already gave him 20k earlier. And this nets us an upgrade that lets us ride animals without putting animal bait down. So no more clumsy boars denying me my free ride. Also, our investment will carry over, so whatever we invest now, we'll keep later on. And we'll be making lots of money by the end game. Last time, we left off just shy of heading into the new zone. We got sidetracked recovering some data from the crashed Engels Goliath near the sinkhole. On the way to the new zone is actually near the crater. It's actually through an open sewer line, which becomes accessible after the encounter with Adam and Eve. Nothing specifically tells you to come here yet, at least not until you get to this point in the main story, but you can prematurely advance to this point.
Why are some machines so aggressive, while others couldn't care less about us?
I guess 2B doesn't have a response to that. Also, I guess the sewer pipe is over here. If you do happen to come to this area before this leg of the main quest, you can advance a few side quests. Otherwise, this area that we have coming up is sort of a point of no return for Route A for a lot of side quests, a surprising number. A lot of them will just stop working after you get to this point. But we'll eventually get chapter select. We'll be back for cleanup in Route B and Route C. So that's totally fine. Unlike the last time we traversed a sewer to get to the amusement park, this time, we are going to pick that up though. We're not going to be feeling the need to do any fishing to get any cool weapons that are callbacks to the first Nier. So there are really no interesting geographical features of the sewer, but it's a short loading zone. It's interstitial loading zone to get to the flooded city. And order of business number one is going to be clearing out the machines banging on the access point at the very beginning of the level. The flooded city is a really tiny new zone. And we're only coming here. Oh yeah, and we can show this off. The way that upgrade that we just got from the scientist side quest works by riding this moose. Fortunately, no boars around because we haven't gotten to ride one yet, and I'm absolutely positive that we are going to hit some kind of bug that's going to result in every boar in the game despawning permanently, just so the game can continue to deny me the ability to ride a boar. Oh my god, the moose went over the cliff. Oh shit. It's fine, he can swim. He's alive. Moose is super alive. In the ensuing, like, thousands of years of evolution goes really quick, by the way.
Looks like the whole city is
mooses, they became very buoyant. Mooses? Moose? I actually don't know what the fucking plural of moose is. Oh, it's one of those days, huh? Oh, yeah, it is. Hell yeah. Now, there wasn't any fishing to be done in the sewers. However, there is one critically important thing to fish out of the ocean. We're gonna have to clear these guys out so they don't interrupt my serene fishing. Oh my god, the number of times I'm almost falling into the water. We need some guardrails on these toppled over skyscrapers. This whole place looks like the city at the end of Sonic Adventure. During the true ending, I should say, when you get Perfect Chaos and Supersonic. Oh, we might have to get to that building. Oh no, we can fish from here. I'm not sure if I can actually catch the thing I'm looking for. And there's probably going to be a rather lengthy cut ahead. Because this can be quite random and pretty... oh, hold on. Pretty annoying. Let's see what we get on first. Holy shit! Oh, yeah.
Hypothesis. The owner discarded this pod and left it in safe mode. Motives unknown.
Pod, reset it and try to overwrite the original owner ID.
Activation complete. Access granted. Previous owner ID successfully overwritten. Special weaponry now available.
We got our third pod, Pod B, fishing out of the water. This one's specialty is a wavy laser beam. Kind of reminds me of Gungeon. I am so disgustingly lucky with the fishing this playthrough. First the pipe immediately. Ah, right, in the missiles. We should probably get going on those, huh?
Let's take him out already so I can be home in time for dinner and a bath.
Androids don't need to bathe. As long as you perform regular cleaning and maintenance, bathing is unnecessary.
Yeah, but come on, 2B. It still feels good.
That's a point. Also, now that we have 3 pods, we got C from the desert off screen by accident. In Pod B just now, we can charge our pod programs up to level 3. Makes them devastating. Somebody, I think in the comments, remarked that it was kind of odd how the machines and some of the androids were comforted by feelings of warmth. And 9S's revelation there about how he bathes just because it feels good, even though he doesn't need to. That goes right along with that. Creature comforts for synthetic beings. Ah, it didn't even come close to reaching. It tracks pretty heavily, but it doesn't completely home. You don't become some sort of aerial missile. Whew. Fang of the Twins is quite good, especially since we've upgraded it so heavily. That's a nice launcher, too.
I think that's the last of the machines.
2B, 9S, come in.
Commander?
Emergency orders incoming. The carrier ship that was set to resupply has come under attack. It's currently being engaged by a swarm of machines. I've asked all Yorha troops in the city ruins for assistance, and I'll need you to provide backup as well. I'm sending flight units and coordinates now. Good luck. Out.
You see? Total slave driver. Whoopsh.
If she didn't order others around, what kind of leader would she be?
If you say so.
Yep, this whole upcoming sequence is a big shmup sequence. It's a good one, too. One thing I know we haven't played around with too much is switching between pod programs and special weapons during these flight segments. Personally, I really do prefer the just straight-up Gatling fire for this. The laser's alright. The homing missiles, I don't feel like they work nearly as well in these sequences, especially not the twin-stick top-down stuff. So I just like good old vanilla Gatling guns. In this, anyway. With a side of, like, 360-degree swipes. That's good, too. And the other unique thing about this is that you notice when I fired the barrage of missiles before, it was more like a torrential downpour of missiles. Because the amount of pods you have also affects the flight units. So since we have 3 pods, we're firing triple barrages. It is so goddamn sick. Ooh, this is getting a little dicey. Navigated that all right, though. It's only going to ramp up from here. This is a... is this about 3/4 of the way through Route A climax here?
Attention, this is Carrier Blue Ridge 2. Requesting support from any friendly units in range. We've come under heavy fire from the enemy. Our escort ship has taken damage and is unable to engage. We're currently resisting with all remaining support fighters, but we can't hold them off for long. I repeat, this is Carrier Blue Ridge 2. We need immediate backup from any available android forces.
One of these days, I am gonna get my dream game from Platinum, and it's gonna be a straight-up shmup. Like, they have the pedigree, they are inserting shmup elements and sequences in all of their games anyway. They clearly have a history and love and admiration for the genre. Kamiya especially is a huge old-school arcade fanatic, especially old-school shmups.
I'm picking up a large-scale enemy inbound. Looks to be 2.8 clicks southwest of us.
Yoko Taro's got the bullet patterns for a shmup down pat. Like, let them collaborate again and make, oh, just the best shmup. Give that to me. Please. Not enough of them come out nowadays. Not nearly enough. Just give them a very modest budget. Let them make, oh god, this generation's Cinemora. Let them do for this generation what Cinemora did last gen. Oh my god. Get in touch with some of the old school Treasure devs. Some of the producers, directors, some of the higher-ups who worked on like Radiant Silvergun and Ikaruga. Oh my god, I have to stop hyping myself up for a fantasy that will never come true.
Back to area recon.
Wait, I'm still picking up a large enemy presence.
Didn't I kill that already?
What on? If it's that big, we should be able to see it.
Well, that's new.
Is that a machine?
It's freaking huge.
If you guessed that this colossal robot fish would be named after a German philosopher and journalist, you would be right.
Crap! It's blocking close-range attacks with EMP blasts. We've got to find another way to damage it.
This is Grun, who was a contemporary of Marx and Engels.
But the enemy's electromagnetic camouflage is making it impossible to aim. We need you to find the emitter and take it out.
Oh, is that all?
I know, but it's the only way.
EMP generator target confirmed. Marking on map. Proposal. Destroy the generator quickly.
One element of this I find a little bit problematic is the perspective is off kilter, and that itself is not a problem, but with the way the lasers fire, it can sometimes be a tad bit confusing as to whether or not you're about to run into a death beam. That and some of the angles that the missiles come at you, whew, they are very oblique.
Data obtained from command.
Go ahead.
The only known record of this machine life form is a lone sighting 320 years ago. Upon reaching land, the unit unleashed a devastating electromagnetic wave attack. All resistance fighters in the vicinity were annihilated.
So basically, if this thing reaches land, we're screwed.
Affirmative.
Feels like it's been just a little bit too long since our last major holy shit spectacle. So, here's Grun. Grun. Something like that. Sure, there is someone eager to jump on my pronunciation of a name that I've never actually heard spoken aloud before. Okay, so we circle back to the EMP generator. Each of these yellow orbs, rotating around the large central golden orb, have to be taken out. And they're each responsible for firing different configurations of lasers and bullets. So I think this one, we want to be inwards a little bit when they cross over. I think 9S is just having a good old time in the laser. He didn't go down like any of those chumps from the factory, though. This one's pretty easy to avoid. It's slowly shifting downwards. I started moving my head away from the mic, shifting with it. That's how you know you're really into a game, when you are like bobbing your head with the characters and with shifts in perspective and trying to like move your body to avoid things.
Electromagnetic interference eliminated. Preparing for satellite laser strike.
Yeah, they have this. They have a Hammer of Dawn.
Oh, come on! It's got an electromagnetic barrier over its whole body?
Having trouble over there?
Are you Yorha?
Hunter Squadron deploying out of North 12th C Defense HQ. I'm the commanding officer, 4B. Don't worry, we'll take it from here.
B, let's leave this area to the reinforcements. I have an idea. You and I should meet up at the spot I just marked.
There's a lovely sense of depth in this scene.
We've got mortars lining the shoreline here. All the EMP shielding in the world won't help against close-range mortar fire.
Got it.
This is... ah, man, it looks so cool. This is my only real disappointment with this whole sequence, is this right here. Really, all you're doing is timing when you fire.
We need more firepower.
2B, let's try for a more direct approach.
Direct? Oh, right.
That's right. Lay down some fire in its stupid mouth.
You don't control the reticle at all. You're just waiting for it to gently sway to the right spot to press the button. And that's boring as hell. Especially having to do this 3 times with very, very little agency. One of the rare missteps.
We gotta bail, 2B. This is bad.
Yo, Pascal is the best!
It's an ancient weapon. It was designed to help annihilate the androids, but it wound up going out of control. I was part of the machine's network when it happened, so I remember it. The moment it reached land, it went berserk and began attacking everything in sight. No one could figure out how to stop it. We eventually marooned it deep in the ocean, but it seems to be searching for a way back. Huh.
Hey, 2B, I think I have another idea. You keep that thing right where it is, okay?
What?
Please, 2B, this is gonna work.
S is leaving the front lines. Proposal: 9S should be reported to command as a deserter.
No! He has a plan. Just hold on.
So the real question is, the pod knows that 9S deserted, or thinks so.
2B,
Does command have that same inkling?
Back on the shore, but I need you to destroy the EMP unit on that thing's back. Otherwise, they're just going to go off course.
It's always fun getting to ask rhetorical questions when I know the answers. Oh, y'all just lined up for that shot. Oh, hell. This is getting hairy. Not anymore. I really, really think they could have something if they built a shmup. I'm gonna bang this drum for as long as it takes from that dream to become reality. And Yoko Taro really likes working with Platinum. Like, he has had nothing but praise for working with them. Remember, there's this quote. I'm gonna mess this up just slightly, but the essence of it is just, it's impossible to butcher. He's like, all this time that I spent on the original Nier, getting pissed off at the dev team, Platinum, I don't get angry at them anymore. They work so well. So I spend all of the time that I used to spend getting angry at the other team drinking. And in the end, it hasn't really changed how much work I do, but when I drink, I make better games, so that's okay. And that's Yoko Taro in a nutshell. Man, like, there's a good chunk of this LP that is just gonna be fun facts about Yoko Taro, because that dude seems to rock. Plus, he made some pretty good-ass games, including this one. Actually, I just read earlier that Yoko Taro is working on a Nier story crossover with Terra Battle, which is Sakaguchi's free-to-play game, his free-to-play RPG. I can only imagine what the hell that is going to be all about. Yoko Taro is apparently a really big fan of mixed media crossovers with Nier and, like, expanded universe stuff, because there have been stage plays, there have been fucking drama CDs, expanded novels and stuff, Grimoire Noir, which greatly flesh out the backstory. The stage play, I believe, is the prequel to Nier Automata. It's about Yorha. Whew, getting hectic. Sooner or later, I am going to have to read some kind of detailed summary of that, and the drama CDs and all that, just to convey all of that. Oh yeah, they have just a slightly limited range. It's not quite the entire screen. It's not a screen clear. Whoa, this looks really odd from this perspective. Not thrilled with that damage output, though. Actually, you know what? Didn't I upgrade the A-pod at least once? That might account for it. That's probably it. This is the hardest version of this. I think this is also the last one, if I'm not mistaken. But this is the hardest one just because the angle makes this feel so weird. Also feels like it's pulling the controller, or it's pulling your character in a certain direction. It's kind of awkward to aim at this angle. I don't know how best to convey, like, how off-kilter this feels. But everything is more or less the same as it was before. Similar bullet patterns and laser configurations that we saw before. These ones, they're either more durable or I'm just hitting them left because of the way that the bullets pull. Ow, I went straight through the center of one. Yeah, like, firing the rockets there really shows just how strange this angle is because of the angle that they spiral out, the axis of it. If more of these were the dark purple orbs, it would be a lot more intensive here, like weaving between the bullets. But as is, we can destroy the light pink ones with our rapid fire, and that causes us to not have to move all that much to weave between these.
Signal lost.
Organize a search and rescue party for the missing Yorha members at once.
2B. 9S. Don't die on me.
That is a monument to our destructive prowess.
2B to bunker. Come in. Over.
Operator to 2B? 2B, are you alright?
Running system diagnostics. Core functionality appears intact.
Thank goodness.
Never mind that. I need a status report.
Roger that. In regards to the giant machine that attacked the shore, it ceased its resistance 8 hours ago following your missile strike.
8 hours?
However, its EMP strikes knocked out comms all across the region. We're having trouble getting them back online, which means data uploading is currently unavailable in some areas.
Where's 9S?
Yeah, about that. We picked up a faint black box reading, but it wasn't strong enough to lock down his position.
If you found something, that means he must be alive. Put in a request to the commander for immediate approval to begin a search.
Actually, the commander has already ordered us to prioritize tracking down surviving Yorha members. If you find 9S, let me know, okay?
Will do. 2B out.
And thus begins the 9S retrieval arc.
Han, I need you to scan for any nearby black box signals.
Scanning complete. No signals detected. However, a dynamic scanner is required for detection of weaker signals.
Never heard of it.
Said dynamic scanner may be located in the resistance camp. Proposal. Further information should be obtained from the resistance leader.
Let's go.
Anyway, we'll get on with going after 9S next time. That's going to do it for today. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take it easy. Have a good one.